Hello, we are questers of Yalpelor. Oh, the questers of Yalpelor. Oh, the questers today.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Questers of Yalpelor. Questers of Yalpelor is a weekly online improvised adventure game comedy show. I am Itamar, and I'm your host and game master for tonight. And I have gathered 4 hilarious improvisers and actors from all over the world to travel through the lands of Yalpelor with me. With us tonight we have Matt, playing Grubble Bumblin Esquire. Grubble is a quarterling bubblemancer, desperately seeking to reclaim his family fortune. We have Jada playing Triss, a nebulous summoning who has only recently gained sentience, gleefully exploring life in Yalpelor with her new friends. We have Talia playing Aklis Darkmoor, a traveling death knight with an ancestral sword and lots of family history. And we have Trent playing Dirt Potbelly. His father is an angel, his mother is a volcano, and he's 100% half rock buddy. These players are here not just to play their characters, they're also here to get new details into the story, improvise other characters, segue into unexpected scenes, and all in all make my job as Game Master more interesting and chaotic than it would otherwise be. The game system we're using is Macchiato Monsters. It's an old school game in the style of Dungeons and Dragons. Character portraits are by Shani Grimm. Music is by tabletopaudio.com. And all the details and links are going to be down below in the Twitch channel description and in the YouTube video description if you want to find out more of their art and music. And now it is time for our sponsor. Have you ever felt that it was just too much? Have you ever felt that you could just not go on anymore? That the people around you aren't cooperating? Have you ever felt like nothing seemed to be working? Well, try Bitter GM. Bitter GM, the cure for all your worries. Bitter GM will put you in a place to feel superior to everyone around you, even when it's not justified. Bitter GM, try it today.
Can we try it today?
Can we try it today?
You
Do you ever feel like there's bad things happening, and then like when you're stuck in a dark, featureless
in
void?
a dark, yes.
In the abyss.
Have you ever wondered what it might be to just float in black?
In space, coming to you from space.
Oh,
Bitter GM.
good.
Questers of Yalpelor. Yeah, that's the sponsor. Thank you very much, Bitter GM. You can try it out tonight or any session you want. Bitter GM, Bitter Player, also that works. Let's move on to talking about the game. It is quite a special episode tonight. Last week, what happened is, level 4. All kinds of adventures except for that, but also they gained a level. So all the characters are now level 4.
Hallelujah.
And have now embarked on a new quest, which we're going to get into in just a minute. Meanwhile, you can look at the even smaller writing near the character portraits that has all of their new stuff for them. Some of them gained new spells, new abilities. Some of them have new traits. The traits, I will remind you, are ways to get advantage on every roll where the trait is applicable, except for attack rolls in combat. If you want to attack or cast a spell on someone, that's not going to be useful for that. But anything outside of combat, outside of attacking, is going to be the traits are going to be useful for. And as long as it applies, you're going to get advantage on the roll. So that's as a reminder to the players, especially. Make sure you remember what your traits are. So Aklis has improved their fighting ability quite a bit. Hopefully we'll see that in action soon. And everyone in general is just a little bit more talented, more durable, and more
Sometimes you
resourceful.
just wake up like that.
Did you say more jewable?
Durable, more durable.
Ah, that makes much more sense.
Yes. What did you hear? Which word was?
Nothing, don't worry.
Was that even a word?
Jewelable. It seems
Chewable,
like
like
it
the
feels like a
tablets.
dirt trait.
Chewable.
Like doable.
Gullible.
Tools.
Duelable. Everything, all in all, just everything is better. Also, we start our episode tonight, our adventure, a few days after we finish the last one, because your characters have been traveling to the southeast, on the way to the jungle, the big jungle on the border of Yalpelor. So that means that if you were wounded, you had any ability damage to any of your stats or any hit point damage, everything is healed. All of your abilities are back. Everything that you have is restored, except for, of course, your equipment. If any of the risk dice of your resources, like your faith or your magical reagents, any food and drink and potions and whatever, if they are depleted, they're still at their current level, because you haven't had a chance to replenish or repair anything yet. So yeah, I think that we're ready to begin. Let me put on some music. Oops.
Well, we planned on this adventure when we got the cart and we got marigolds from Chester.
Planned something?
Well, we brought with us some food and provisions and supplies.
Oh,
and
yeah.
now we've been heading off somewhere completely different, quite far away. I'm a bit worried that we might run out of supplies, especially since we picked up an extra person who's still
Did
with
we
us.
pick them up, or
Stop
are they
carrying their weight.
leaving us?
You're absolutely right, Grubble. We should.
So we might
restock.
need to restock on food at some point.
Oh, I could go look for food.
Tris, do you know what food is?
Flour. Sorry?
Do you know what food is? Do you?
It's things that Grubble and Necklace and Dirt put in their mouths, and sometimes Wilk and Marigold also eats food. Everyone's food looks different, but it's colors.
Well, I think this is all good, but in my mind, I'm picturing Triss going off looking for tins of baked beans in the wild.
What's a baked bean?
These are baked beans. I got a tin of them right here.
Oh, I can look for those.
Tins?
I think so.
I don't think.
What?
No, it's not a tin. It's just dried beans and meat.
Oh.
Not even baked. I apologize.
Yeah, it's still food, but yeah, it's dried beans.
Do you want me to look for beans?
Oh,
I can try to find magic beans.
That would be
Anyone
great.
have a cow?
How do you know?
I
about
already have
magic
some magic beans, but Dirt found me some in the rocket ship.
Oh.
Magical coffee beans.
That's right. Okay,
But
so
sure, if you found some more, that would be great.
let's talk about you foraging on your way. Definitely, that's something that you might want to do. So, who goes out to do that, and how do you do that?
Well, actually, so Grubble mentioned magic beans, and Triss goes, "Oh, well, I could look, but do you want to grow it instead?"
Grow some magic beans.
Mm-hmm.
It might take a long time.
Oh no, because I have the Miracle Grow trademark super nutrient formula.
You do?
Sorry?
Mm-hmm. Way back when, Triss grabbed some, like, this Miracle Grow like soil from the wagon. Remember the dragon wagon? That was dragon.
Yeah, Matt remembers, but Gribble didn't see it happen.
Well, that's all I'm saying. So, yes, it was from the punny lamp, or the wagon, and it grows things, and I'm gonna use part of it maybe for the seed because I have the seed. But if you want, we could try to grow the beans.
So, this seed that you've got, Triss, is this the seed that Skep is trying to get? Is it the same seed? Have you been carrying around with you the thing that he needs to get on his quest?
Well, I mean, it was from the table. I mean, maybe it's
Table.
Oh no, well, from Chamberlain's table. But oh no, do you think should I have given him? Should we go back?
Well, he's
No.
heading the same way that we are anyway.
But
And
I mean,
we're
it's-
heading
and
there to stop him.
Triss like pulls out the jar. So
Okay.
just you hear this like sucking kind of noise, and out comes the jar, and it's still in its like very kind of like virulently like neon liquid, and the seed itself is still quite like wrinkled, and it doesn't look like what Triss had seen the fruit was supposed to look like, the seed was supposed to look like. But I mean, we could just. I thought maybe we could grow the tree if we couldn't find the tree, but I don't know if this is for the tree. But if this is what Skip wanted, then maybe I should have. But you said that he can't have it.
You want me to ask it?
Ask the seed.
Yes.
Oh.
Can talk to a seed?
Is it?
Yes.
Can you?
Surprises me because I can try talking to a baby, but a baby won't understand me. But a seed will understand you.
I mean, it's worth a shot, but a seed is not really a baby. It's more like the semen.
Well, I never had a conversation with semen either.
Just as jaded the player, would it actually be the semen, or wouldn't it be more like the egg because it's being fertilized?
5 minutes of open discussion, everyone. What is the seed more like?
I mean,
who's in the grand
they call
scheme of
semen
plant
seed. They
reproduction?
call it spread your seed.
No, well, yeah, spread your seed, fine.
I
but it
think the
needs to be
seed is
fertilized
like the
seed.
already fertilized egg. It's
Yeah.
like both together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Regardless,
It's a zygote. That's a word I know.
Yes, that's what it is.
so regardless, if Dirt wants to talk to the seed, Triss will like cradle, like, and it is quite a big jar. It's about the size of Triss. But Triss will cradle the jar with the seed in it, and like just cradle it. I think it's ready.
How can you tell?
Knock, knock, knock on the jar.
The jar shakes a little bit and the fluid splashes. There's like a thin layer of air in the top. It's almost completely full, but not quite. So the fluid splashes a little bit and the seed moves inside it. It's just suspended. It's not lying on the bottom of the jar. It's just like suspended and just floating freely in the liquid. Roll your wisdom and take advantage on the roll, please.
Alright.
Cool. That is a success. A 5 is definitely good, and you knock on the jar, and for a few seconds you don't. There's nothing there. You just see what everyone else is seeing. Slowly, there's something that you've been noticing ever since you left the Tisism mill on your way. There's like a background noise. There's something that while you're walking out in the wilderness, in the relatively untouched area of wilderness, which is the eastern parts of Yalpelor, you hear something like a constant whisper, or a bunch of lots of things whispering together, a collection of voices which kind of turn into this white noise. And now focusing on this one large seed inside this jar, you're able to focus for the first time on one of these voices. And you realize that you are actually talking to a living thing, which is a little bit different, or sensing a living thing, which is a little bit different than the earth speech that you've known for many years and you've used a lot in your life. You're actually connecting to the seed. And you can get some impressions from it. So what you understand is that it's not, because it's just a seed. It's not an adult of the species. It's not fully formed yet, so it can't form words and thoughts, and it can't talk to you. But you can find things out about it. So ask me a bunch of questions, and let me. You'll get a true answer to them.
Tris, what was it you wanted to know about if this is
I
the
have-
tree?
I have questions.
Is this the tree of the life seed?
Are you a life seed?
So it is a life seed. It has been used already, which means that the life force inside it it's depleted, and that means that it's nearly gone. There's almost nothing left inside.
Can
the
we
seed.
heal it?
Is there something that we can do to make you feel better? Do you want like some chicken soup?
It's
How do you intend to feed soup to a seed?
so
Could we plant
seed
it?
in the
I
seed.
have the miracle grow. We can give it the miracle grow.
Will it live if we plant it? Can you ask?
Okay, you have some options. So we can, we could put you into the ground, into some fertile soil, or then we have some chemicals that are treated with specialty seed drugs that will probably make you feel pretty good. And then, of course, we could just leave you in this jar of liquid. Or we can feed you to marigold. It's the 4 options.
So yes, it wants.
By
to
the
be-
way, I'm speaking Earth. No one can understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough. Because I think if you said that we'd feed it to Marigold, Trish would be very.
It more than anything, it wants to be planted and to grow. But you also sense uncertainty and maybe a little fear because it doesn't know how much force, how much life force it will have, and if it will even be able to grow. So it wants to, but it's a little fearful of that.
Okay, then I think maybe we have time for like 1 more question, maybe 2 more questions. Tris, I can't hear you.
Where does it want to be planted?
Oh, that's a good question. Hey, what is your perfect? If you could name your perfect destination to be,
Favorite terrain.
planted.
To settle down,
That's right, to settle
Settle
down.
down, raise some additional
Twigs.
zygote,
put down roots.
yeah,
Right. So
get soil.
if
Good
you
one.
could do that, what would that be and why?
So the answer is no. There's no music yet. I haven't played it yet. So there's the what you get in response is an image, like an impression of a place which is it's a specific image actually, and it's a little how do you say like
Is it a dirty picture?
like it's muddy and it's like a lower basin, like a muddy basin in the earth.
In one
and
sense, it is a
dirty.
dirty picture.
the earth is it's
Little grounded.
for that seed it might be downright pornographic probably, but for you it's just a bunch of mud, like in a little bit of a muddy pool, and it's a bit lower than the surrounding earth. You can see a lot of vegetation around it, but this specific place is a little bit free of other plants that might compete with it, and it's well lit by the sun. It's very sunny wherever that is.
Oh yeah.
A sunny, muddy valley.
Yep.
But
Okay,
like a
then
specific sunny, muddy valley.
yes. Okay, then I guess is there something you would like to ask me?
Or me?
There's nothing it wants to ask you. No.
Okay,
Oh,
are you
I have one last
comfortable-
question.
Oh, okay.
If we plant it, will it be a life tree or will it be something else?
You asked that.
Okay, so if we plant you, what kind of a tree do you turn into?
Each of the life trees' offspring looks different from all the others. They are all unique trees. It's going to be a tree, but its properties are a mystery until you actually plant it and see what comes out. It doesn't grow other life trees. That's the one. The life tree in the jungle is the one life tree that can birth these seeds, that can grow these
Right.
seeds. But it's going to be some kind of special other kind of tree.
it's a very special seed, and it will make a very special tree in the muddy valley that is sunny. The sunny muddy valley.
Not life tree, correct?
Not a life tree.
Not
Good to know.
the same. There is only the one life tree.
So we
One
can
life
we
tree
can plant it without worrying about more people performing necromancy. That's good news.
Well, we'll and Triss is like cradling it even like harder. We'll find your new home. We'll do it. We'll bring you home. We'll make you grow. And I have the miracle grow. So you're definitely gonna grow big and tall. I promise.
The seed says that it likes to be held up above the head.
What does that mean?
Yes, that's the way it likes to be carried. And then that it likes to be sang to in soft voices, but then sometimes very loud, shrill voices, just randomly too.
Soft seed, nice seed, all the best of seeds. I've forgotten this song from Big Bang Theory. Something about soft seeds.
Pretty
Well,
good.
I'm sorry. You can ride inside of me, but I know that it's nice, and it'll protect you. And Triss sort of like puts it back inside of them.
All right.
Sounds like a goal, perhaps.
That definitely will be a goal if you pursue it and you
What,
do
to
it.
plant the tree?
To find the tree's
Plant the seed.
perfect home to ground it.
Sunny Muddy Valley.
A forever home.
It also sounds like a cause for to be a guardian of.
100%.
They said it sounds like a chorus, and that we were gonna sing a song called the Sunny Muddy Valley.
The sunny muddy valley.
That's not how I thought it would go.
I thought it was gonna be more Shorg, but I like how happy it was.
I thought shiny happy people. That's what I reminded me.
Sunny Muddy Valley in the land.
Yes.
Sunny muddy valley in the land. That's much better.
Planting seeds around.
I was imagining some country stuff, but okay.
Oh.
In the sunny
yeah.
valley, we'll find trees. Yes, we will.
The
like a
sunny
word,
muddy valley.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We're thinking very like Coen Brothers meets. Like,
Yeah.
Bluegrass. To be fair, that's probably a good explanation of Yalpelor at times.
I think there are probably lots of renditions. This is a very famous song throughout Yalpelor. People have re-recorded and have like their different.
They can record stuff?
Well, maybe. I don't know. There's magic.
Will come out in the valley, and it will be muddy in the valley.
Look, there's so many songs that we've ripped off from the very beginning of this episode. The intro song. We should just be careful we don't get sued.
No, what are you talking about? Merch, baby. The disc will come out next week of
Merch,
all the
baby,
songs that we ripped off.
I mean, to be fair, this is to go with the fan art and the fanfic. We have the Yalpelorian CD of covers
Right?
coming next June.
Of illegal covers. Okay, so do you just go on your way? I mean, Dirt, you do know. I'll just add one more detail to what you discovered. I mean, the seed sent you an impression of what it wants, what it's longing for, but you know enough that it's still technically alive, and if you tend it and you take care of it well, you can plant it some other place. It doesn't have to be the one perfect place for it. That's where it wants to go.
Did I get a sense of where where that place is?
Roll intelligence.
I will. It's not high.
Well, let's see how you do, because if you don't, I have an idea. Okay.
17.
Could
Nope.
Triss, using one of their abilities, empathically kind of like understand or almost turn themselves a bit into like a divining rod of where this valley might be found?
Ooh, I think that's. You definitely can empathize and find out what the seed wants, but you kind of already know that, and also the other thing sounds like an ability you don't yet have, like actually finding things, attuning and finding the thing. that's a very cool ability, and it'll be very useful when you do have it.
I do have a second question. That would Grebel, who's more intelligent than all of us and also knows more of Yalpelorian geography, might Grebel kind of know what sort of climate might have a sunny and muddy valley?
Grebel does know all sorts of Yalpelorian geography, but he doesn't know very much botany, so he doesn't really know what would be perfect conditions.
Yeah,
But,
the
like,
question is,
describe-
does Dirt describe what he saw to Grubble?
He describes it as absolutely best as he can. I'm not sure how well that is.
Well,
I mean,
Okay.
I know this. Well, we're going to a jungle, and a jungle is quite a damp place. But it's not very sunny because there's lots of trees in the way. But maybe a marsh is too wet, you know? A swamp or a marsh. So I don't know. Maybe near a lake.
Saying what you're saying, I think it's enough to maybe jog your memory a little bit, roll intelligence, and get advantage from your formal education.
Yep.
Yep, that's a success. Yeah, it is a marshy area. There's it's not that far from here. It's more like farther to the south. If you go past Atlas' family home, the Darkmoor, where the Darkmoors live, you keep going on to the south, more to the south, and you get to the area with a colder climate in Yalpelor. You get to a marshy location that has some open pits that are people mine for very like fertile earth that they use as fertilizer in other areas. So that might be one of those locations. They're usually not sunny, so it's like it half fits. And they're full of lots of plant growth all around, except for these pits, which are extremely like fertile mud and earth.
Well, we could do it after we go find the life tree. It could be, well, I mean, Atlas, you miss your parents? We could go visit your parents again.
It hasn't been that long, but I'm always happy to see them.
It might make sense, yeah, if we do succeed in getting the life seed first, then we can plant them both. That way, no one will be using that life seed for necromancy. Sounds like a win-win to me.
That's
You guys,
that's one way of stopping Scap, sure.
when I was this funny thing was happening when I was talking to the seed. I was kind of what's the word, like bluffing. Like I was just kind of being like, oh sure, I could talk to the seed,
Lying.
but that actually
Deceiving.
no. I mean, but in like a cute way. What's like a cute way of lying? Like
I'm not familiar with it.
but anyway, but the thing is that when it happened, all of a sudden, like I could not only be speaking to the seed, but I could like, it's almost like I could be talking to all of the different nature, and I could hear like the rocks, and I could hear like the magma, and I could hear like everything in a new way that I never heard before, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Does that mean you can talk to grass now?
No, probably. I've never tried. Is there any grass in the forest?
Oh, are we in the forest now?
Are we not still in the forest?
I think we haven't left, I guess.
No, you've left the forest a while ago.
It
You've
was
left
a
Yeah, we
redundant
left.
rhetorical question. Like, is there any grass in the forest?
Ooh, but then, Dirt, you could call out to all the plants and ask them which ones are safe to eat. Wait, this
It's true.
sounds kind of carnivorous.
Hey, plants, which one of you should I eat if I want to not die? You know, you can sacrifice yourself for me.
So you use your newfound sense to forage for food.
No, this is a bit. I'm gonna do this as a bit.
I see.
Okay. Yes, it's that one there.
Oh no! It's I'm really gross. You don't want to eat me. I'm No, oh, I taste so bad. Oh, you'll get a bad tummy.
Grabble, is that you, Grabble?
No,
Yes.
well, I wasn't.
I can.
No, I think it's that weird
Don't
plant
eat
over
that.
there.
We're
What?
not nice. We'll make your stomach hurt.
What did,
Okay,
what,
now it's like everybody's talking to. Now I don't know. There's too many things that are talking at the same time. It's
I'll
hard.
be
It's,
quiet then.
to have a bite of my berry. The bird's dead, but you might do better.
I only eat calcified things, but I asked two the friends. Anyway.
I've got some low-hanging fruit.
I'm pretty
Grandma,
sure
why do you keep
an animal peed on me recently,
Look,
so
that
I wouldn't
wasn't
eat
me.
me if I were you.
You're getting used to your new ability, and you think it's me talking to you, but it's not.
Don't eat me, man. Don't eat me. Eat them. Eat them first.
Okay.
No, don't eat us. Eat them. They're so tasty. Look at those little spikes.
Nah, man, I'm poisonous.
Okay, so it turns out that maybe we shouldn't eat any plants at all. We should just stick to animals. Let me ask the animals real quick, just if that's okay with them. Hey animals, which one are the best ones to eat?
Tweet, 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 tweet.
Okay, I don't speak animal.
Well, we learned something.
No, but I do. I think that's at least the way that I designed the character. Right? But,
So you do.
Well, Marigold is not going to answer questions or requests about being eaten. I think Marigold is used to
I
us
think-
enough that Marigold will ignore.
Marigold knows that we are not going to eat Marigold.
Yeah. She's intelligent enough to know that it's.
Exactly. That's why she just went.
He's very smart.
Are you cold?
Marigold's very smart. Yes.
Marigold, are you cold? You seem to be doing that noise that people make when they're cold. That one now. Are you cold? No.
He says no.
Okay.
So, just to be sure, you don't forage, which means that when you will get to the jungle, you won't have a lot of supplies left. You need to eat on
Yeah.
your way. And it's
Sounds
like
about
several
right.
days.
Well, Tris will just look at both. We'll look at Grubble and Atlas occasionally because they know that Dirt can eat a pebble and is fine.
Oh, I guess
Tris
I'll
will
try
look at. Sorry.
hunt stuff.
Are you a
Oh yeah.
hunter?
Wait. Does Wilk have any ideas about food foraging?
Oh, Wilk has only recently started eating. So. not
Useless.
really.
Freeloader.
Wilk, do you happen to know when you'll be leaving us?
Well, you're the most interesting people I've ever met.
Did you not see the Tisisms?
Oh, that one with the hair had it in for me. It looked like she wanted to. She was angry with me for some reason.
Oh, that's true.
And yeah, I'm not. I
Don't worry. They're a weird bunch. It wasn't your fault.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. It's nice to hear. I was worried maybe I said something wrong. I don't know the etiquette of many of these, of any of these places. I've never been here. You know. I can try to pray, and maybe help you like that.
Great.
Right, you do that.
Okay, I'll pray. Yes, I
Thoughts
will.
I'll go and hunt some stuff, I
Thoughts
guess.
and prayers definitely help.
So, yeah, thank you.
So I mean, hunting for you is not going to be easy. Do you have hunting
Nope,
tools like a bow or
I don't have hunting anything.
I do. Tris has a sling with some rocks.
sling could work, yeah. Okay.
And we have an arrow. We still have bows.
Yeah, an arrow but no bow.
Dirt
Well.
created a bolas.
So who goes out hunting?
I will.
If Atlas, so to be fair, if Atlas would be able to use the sling effectively and well, Tris will lend you their sling with their stones if you want.
Cool.
Or
thanks.
they'll just come with you and sling from your shoulder.
Yeah, let's do that.
So it's a roll. The role here is not to use the sling. As long as you have it, you know how to use it. You know how to use all such simple weapons that you find. Aklis, it's no problem for you to use any weapon like that. But it's really a role to get around, to find places where you could hunt, the good places where animals gather near water sources or whatever, and to do it at the right hour of the day. And that is a role of wisdom, because you're
so good at
not.
that.
This is not a place
Oh,
where
yeah.
it's gonna be. I was gonna say this is not a place where it's gonna be a very easy task for you. So it's gonna be a role at disadvantage.
But Triss is helping. Triss is helping.
Oh, Trish is helping.
is helping.
How is Trish helping?
Triss is helping because Triss can kind of like look up, or with Rebel, like they
Look
learned
up.
how to be like thrown, so Atlas can like literally throw Triss, and then Triss can like, parachute a little bit down and be looking for places.
Oh,
But-
looking around from a higher vantage. Aklis, if Triss is there jumping up and floating back down and yelling advice, is it gonna help you? Is it help?
Well, if Triss is high up, it would make sense that they would see more stuff than Aklis would.
Sure.
That sounds super helpful.
Triss is not quiet while they do this, but to be fair, it's more to tell you places where you could hunt and then you could wait. So it's not so much about like hunting in the moment as do you have the patience once Triss has like found a spot where it looks like a lot of, in their opinion, animals gather.
Okay, so the first time you go out, it's in one of the mornings of the days after you left the mill. You come back empty-handed. You didn't find anything, but that same evening you go out again, and then you do manage to hunt and bring back some meat. Please tell us, what did you find? What did you manage to hunt? Not the right person to ask that.
What creatures? Wait, we're not in the forest, right? So what kind of terrain is around us?
It's a wild, unsettled, hilly terrain with lots of rocky outcroppings and low hills that make hiding very easy.
That to me sounds like a place where one could possibly find a rabbit.
Yep. All right. So you hunted a bunch of rabbits, which are enough to
Cool.
eat to feed all of you. And yeah, that's good. That's enough to eat and sustain you on your way. Yep. Yeah, definitely. So you are all practicing your new things. Dirt, I do think that those couple of days on the way, you just need to find ways to quiet your head, to be able to single out different voices around you and maybe just quiet everything down and focus on your own thoughts, which has become a little bit difficult recently. You're having a hard time falling asleep at night, so that's something that, again, you need to get used to in order to be able to think clearly, to think straight, to talk to people, to hold a conversation, because those voices never stop. They keep chattering all around you. Although
As we walk, I'm just kind of like, shut up. I'm sorry, I'm just walking. I'm not trying to hurt you.
Are you speaking
Like,
to
just-
me, Dirt?
No, it's just, please be quiet. Stop fighting with your siblings.
Ooh, it hurts! Stop! Ow! They're touching
None of my
me!
siblings
Ah,
are here.
they're touching me!
That's a stupid accent.
I don't have any siblings.
I have lots of siblings.
And I don't have an accent.
Goes on like this for a while.
all right.
Yeah, so Itamar's adding the thing I wrote in the Twitch chat, which is that a grabbit is a rabbit with human hands.
Ah, I hate
It's
it.
like
Yeah.
the Trix rabbit.
I'm so glad everyone
Yes,
likes my
it's
rabbit.
exactly. It's like that. It's like the Trix rabbit.
And then,
Uh,
and then we have shares, which are like easily, like they're hairs that when you cook them, they just like easily fall apart like a tandoori.
Oh, I thought they were like Cher.
And they've got really like awesome long hair.
Oh
like,
my
they're
God.
long-haired hair.
You bring back two
A very impressive
shares
voice.
over both shoulders. You walk back into camp with two shares on your shoulders. Oh God. Okay. It seems, but I'll write it down because now it's true. So, the way there is basically what you describe that you do is what you do on your way. That's your thing. You do catch Wilk actually trying to pray now that you're on your way. That she needs to find something to do with her time when you're stopping in the early evening before the sun sets. And she seems to be talking to herself, concentrating, being in like her own little bubble. While she's praying, she doesn't get off the wagon. She stays on the in the box all throughout. You can just barely see her in there, just putting her head like down, holding her hands against her chest and softly mumbling things. You're unsure exactly what.
Does it look like she's up to something?
For you, I think we've based that it always look like she's up to something. So just don't bother rolling. She's up to something.
I know it.
I'd like to ask the other party members as we're going if any of them are religious, because I don't think I know. Myself, I'm quite I believe in magic and I believe in science. But I don't, I know the gods are out there. I just don't spend any of my time praying to them. I don't feel like they do anything for me.
There's no real point.
Well, perhaps if you prayed, they would.
I mean, it doesn't really matter because eventually, even if you get close, they're just going to leave you. So, whatever.
The gods are going to leave you if you get close.
They're just going to leave you, just... There's no point.
Did you
Whatever.
used to be religious then, Dirt? And now you're not?
Me? No, but, it's
Are
just,
you- Are you agnostic? Agnostic didn't quite work. Never mind.
did not work, no. Magnostic would have worked.
Magnostic.
Magnostic. No, I'm not really religious because when you grow up in a religious household, you kind of, you kind of tend to either go for it or just go against it. And for me, it was never for me. I believe in the power of the people and the nature and the things that they are just the way that they go, or then they don't go that way. But you have no one to blame but nobody. It's fine. We're all fine by ourselves. We don't need to think about those other things. And Dirt just keeps rambling. It's super awkward.
I don't
Atlas,
understand. What is praying?
It's like trying to have a conversation with a god.
But not necessarily expecting the god to answer, I suppose.
But I mean, I have conversations and they answer, and I don't understand. I mean, we're not supposed to talk to them, but then we do talk to them, and then we have long talks sometimes, and then, it's confusing.
So I think that's praying then.
No, because it was just, I was dusting, and then they would talk to me, and they would order me to do things, but that's praying?
I don't believe so, but I don't have much experience myself. I don't worship any of the gods.
No, okay.
No, some people who worship death gods can be uncomfortably obsessed with death knights, which can be inconvenient. But we ourselves are not really affiliated with any organized religion.
I love the idea of the Darkmoors being unaffiliated Death Knights. Like Death Knights, unaffiliated with death.
Unaffiliated with death gods.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, Triss, whether or not that counts as praying. Does this mean you've had personal conversations with gods?
Well, it's just, well, didn't you say that some people think the endemic are gods? So then, those are some gods.
I don't know anything about the endemic.
Perhaps Wilk knows something about praying. She certainly seems to have a close relationship with her gods.
So
Let's
if
hope
that's
so.
the case, just to try to like understand what it is that they're doing, like Triss will occasionally, especially at night when everyone else is maybe going to sleep, will just stare at Will.
So she mostly sleeps while you sleep, but sometimes she does seem to be awake a little after all of you, or maybe she wakes up at night. And if you try to actually listen in on what she's doing. So she's praying to the trio of gods, the three gods that sent her, and she seems to be saying, I don't know, but I think that they're on a path to somewhere, and I want to be there when they get there, but I'm afraid of what will happen. And there's probably going to be danger, but then again, maybe also important things, and maybe I need to be there to see, to tell everyone about what happened. But how will I be able to help them? I can't help. I'm just useless. It seems to be like a whole conversation she's having with herself, with lots of different opinions.
Are we
about
like the background character in Wilk's origin story?
Apparently.
literal origin story? So that's what she's saying. But sometimes she stops, and she seems to listen as if somebody's talking to her. But there's no one there. There's no voices talking. Just her. Can you hear that background noise?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's,
Sounds like a cat in a litter box.
That's funny.
At one of these nights while we're going to sleep, Dirt's gonna lie down on the ground and kind of not be able to get comfortable and just kind of say to himself like, I need the pillow. And then some like bushes and moss are gonna grow, and it's gonna kind of like grow from the earth like a nice kind of like soft cushiony, as soft as dirt likes, which is not very soft, place for him to rest his head.
cool.
Nice.
Nice. New power.
Okay. If you hadn't replenished all of your hit points, stats, and abilities, do so now, because you are now in the...
In a fight. What?
Some monsters jump out of the bushes, but
I've
before
been
that,
waiting for this.
you get to... you're going to get to the jungle. Dirt, before that, something you want to do?
I just have a question. I wrote down in my weapons hollow beetle glow wood, and I don't remember. It's a reagent of 6.
It's
Or
a
risk die,
reagent.
sorry, of 6.
So it's not going to be useful to you anymore because you don't use reagents anymore. We've changed.
It's not a
the-
reagent, it's a risk die. I just said the wrong word.
Oh, okay, a risk die. So
Hollow, beetle, glow, wood. I have no
Yeah.
idea what that was.
So cool. Whatever it is. I like it.
I'm also not sure.
Chat? Anyone?
I think that what that means is that in this, the next time that this is pulled out in a scene, in an exciting scene in the middle of some action sequence, you're gonna have to describe it and tell us what it is for, what it is, what it looks
I
like.
think it was a light source, but I can't remember.
It kind of sounds like it.
could be.
Yes.
I was gonna say, like, doesn't it kind of sound like a glow stick, like something you'd have at a rave?
Uh,
But it's full of these beetles that when you shake it, they glow.
Is it like from the tunnels we were in underneath the city?
Oh.
It was right underneath one. I think it was the same episode where I found the meteor shards.
Oh,
So
wow.
around the computer scene with the guy that we found, whatever, Drillium.
Oh, it was in the crash site?
I think so. I think it was before the crash site. Yeah.
Well,
Chat?
good question. I think next time you use it, we'll have to find out together what it is, or you'll just decide when you decide you want to use it. But because it says so in your inventory, it means you have it. That's definitely true. You have that. We might not know what that is, but you have it.
Episode title.
Yeah. Okay. You're walking into the jungle. The weather has changed and is now definitely warmer, and the air is damp. Um, those of you who are wearing heavy clothes, which is not many of you, but some, are definitely feeling that the strain of walking through this atmosphere is a little more, especially when you stop for rests. You don't have the breeze, the light breeze meeting you had on when you walk. So when you sit down to rest, it just immediately becomes like a moist, soggy atmosphere around you, as if the air itself becomes wet, and the damp immediately rests on your skin. I guess for about around 2 out of the 4 of you, it really doesn't really matter, and they don't really feel it. But Grubble and Aklis, for you, it's very, very noticeable. Yeah, Triss.
I was just gonna say that as we cross the threshold, the vines at the front of the jungle start singing to Dirt, "Welcome to the jungle."
Dirt spits 2 little lava globules in his hand and forms them into earplugs and just...
Rude.
You think, Dirt, I'll just say this and we won't get into the subject, but it's just like a little thing you're starting to feel. There's a marked difference between here and the wilds, the open wilds you've been walking through up till now, and you're starting to get the feeling like the same way where everything else is infused with, every location is infused with chaos in a different way, in a different amount. Also, nature is present in a different way in different locations, and maybe there's more of it, more life and more nature and more growth in different places than in other places. So obviously here there's more of it. Yeah, Grubble.
Do we have any way of knowing if we are ahead of the Tisisms at this point or behind them?
Can't anyone scry?
No.
So what I was going to start with before you asked all these questions and try to inquire about other things is what you know about the jungle. So for 3 of you, you've been around for long enough to hear rumors and stories about the jungle. And I want each one of you to decide about one thing that you know is true. And Triss, even though you haven't been around for long and you didn't hear stories about the jungle, you still notice something when you walk in. So each one of you, in turn, is going to decide about one detail about this jungle, which is going to be absolutely true throughout the entire area. It's a large jungle, I remind you. It's to the east and southeast of Emag, and they're generally on the southeastern border of the Yalpelor, of the Kingdom of Yalpelor. And it's very large. It's a pretty big jungle. Many weeks to cross it, probably. I don't know yet what's on its other side. I don't know if anyone knows that. Maybe it's a mystery. Maybe it's a well-explored territory. I'm not sure. Go ahead. Who wants to be first?
I've got one.
Yep.
So you know how normally in a pool of water you'd get like an alligator or a crocodile? Well, I've heard that in this jungle they've got creatures that big, like crocodiles, that look like bark, and they're on the side of a tree, and depending on whether or not they're trying to eat something on the floor or if they're trying to eat a bird, they'll be facing up or down, but they'll be perfectly still on the side of a tree and they'll just look like part of the tree, and they're called barkadiles. Unless someone has a better pun-related name.
I'll think of one.
All right. Next fact. Who knows something about this jungle?
Also, alligators.
What did you?
Alligators?
What was that?
Because they were waiting. So
They're waiting.
Oh.
Alligators.
Alligators. It's not bad.
Yeah, but they're not underwater. Never mind.
I've heard that in this jungle there are flame spirits, lightning sand, and rodents of unusual size.
And
What?
which means that there's vines that you can also swing from to avoid the quicksand.
Yes.
And occasionally,
Trying not to get sued. Not to get sued.
occasionally a six-fingered man just
New
pops
stuff.
up to kill your father.
All right, fine, Tali, as you wish.
I mean, I can say what Triss has noticed, right? Because Triss has noticed things. Triss doesn't know anything about the jungle. But because you guys all sleep and Triss doesn't, what Triss has noticed is that when it's dark, when it's night, the vines on the trees, so like some of the flowers that are hidden in the trees seem to open, and it almost feels, and they glow, and it almost feels as though they're watching.
Great.
We also know that the Hesisterus is from this jungle. The snake, the frilly snake.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
you,
we
you
do.
knew that.
That's the same
of
jungle.
course. You knew that from before.
And it kind of fits maybe with something that Hesisterus told Triss, which is to be careful in the jungle because the prettiest things are the most dangerous.
Can you repeat what you said about the details about the things that glow? Because I want to be sure that I'm writing it down properly.
Yeah. So there are like almost like flowers, and during the day they're closed. They don't look like anything. They almost look like just like bumps. But at night they glow, and when they open, it almost feels to Triss as though they're staring. And Triss has walked over to talk to them, but not too close because they know that Atlas tells them not to get close to things that are, etc., etc., etc. But they don't answer. But they're never open when everyone else is awake.
So the green color of the vibrant green of the jungle changes at night. The green gets muted and dark when the sky is dark, and then other colors start popping up. Vibrant, glowing flowers all around the jungle. Yeah, the nights are actually a beautiful spectacle in this jungle. Yeah, what else?
So there's this old legend about a witch that lives in the middle of the jungle, and she likes to snatch children. But obviously that's just an old wives' tale, so no problem.
Does she have a house on Chicken Feet?
No. Wait, that's not copyrighted. She sure does.
Yep, it's a public domain.
Maybe they're on like Grabbit Feet. So
Rabbit feet are like human feet, though. So
exactly. So she's got like you would
Gross.
think that they were human feet, but really they're actually the feet of Grabbits.
Right.
just loads and loads of tiny little feet underneath the house, and the house.
Yeah, they're all tiny, right? So it takes like 100 feet to sort of like almost create.
It's about this high off the floor.
Exactly.
It just goes.
Yeah, scuttles.
Oh my god. Alright. And last thing we know about this jungle when we enter it for the first time.
So the thing is that I heard this thing about this jungle, everybody, that there are lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of little kind of like trolls, little guardians of the jungle who stop you pretty frequently and make you solve some kind of a riddle or give them like a gift or like earn the right to be able to go.
Solve a riddle. Whatever for.
You have to do it with every single one you meet.
They all have something different, and there's so many of these things, and they all sound very different from one another. So, you come across one pretty frequently, and I guess it's up to you if you really want to stop or not, but because they're quite small.
What happens if you don't do their riddle?
I guess we have the opportunity to find out pretty soon.
And
It's not just riddles,
you're
it's
interrupted by a voice going, "Aha!" It's a
Who said
little,
that?
it's a little tiny troll on the ground. It's really small. It's about the size of Trisisterus. It's the same size as the little summoning, and it's standing on the ground on little. It's chubby and like has little chubby arms and legs, and its hair is a pink, a hot pink, and it goes like up in.
They love it already.
Yes.
Does it have a jewel in its belly button?
It does.
Careful.
It does exactly have a little shiny jewel.
And the hair is just sticking up.
Yeah, it's sticking right up and ends in a point.
Pink sticky on her.
And after,
Is it
and
naked?
you know from last episode, from last week, they only eat troll rolls.
Only eat what?
That's right.
Troll rolls.
Troll
Oh,
rolls
troll
was
rolls.
the commercial.
One of our sponsors.
That's right. They only eat troll rolls.
Well,
Hello! Hi, my name is Tresisterus. How are you?
You stop right there.
Okay.
In order to proceed, you need to answer a riddle.
Why?
Dirk keeps walking.
No, don't keep walking.
No time like the present. He just
Oh, I
keeps on
guess
going.
this is when we find out what happens, and then Grebel follows Dirt.
What? No.
We're doing an
Oh, right, I'm
experiment.
sorry, my colleagues are leaving. I'd better catch up.
Wait, but there's a riddle.
And it starts following, it's trying to run after you, but it's on its little short legs. It can't really keep up, so you can just walk faster than the troll. And it says, "I'm unionized. You haven't heard the last of me."
Hey, this is my turf. You back off now. They're on my part of the land.
Oh crap! It stops and it turns back and walks away. This troll, what's the
Hey.
color of this troll's hair? Just fill us in.
It's I almost said effervescent. It's what is it when it,
Lime green, luminescent.
luminescent? Thank you. Like
Oh.
it's like rainbow shimmery kind of yeah.
Okay.
Oi. I've got a riddle for you, and you have to answer it before you can cross.
Well, we've just learned that actually we don't have to answer. We can just keep going.
No, that was Craig. He's a wuss, but not me. You don't want to know what'll happen if I... That's the riddle, actually.
What do you think, Dirt?
I think maybe let's hear him out. I like the way that he talks.
Right, so,
Let's hear that one out.
My name is Tresisterus.
If you want, Dirt,
riddle.
maybe you can solve this riddle.
Okay, I could try. Let's listen to the thing.
right, so, what will happen to you if you don't stop and solve this riddle?
It's not really a riddle, though, is it?
Time's ticking.
Is it?
Ooh, I know. You're gonna spring a trap on us.
Is that weird?
Don't give him any
No
ideas.
trap. All right, let's keep going then.
What? One down,
And
two to go.
Grebel starts walking off.
Right, now, and
There's not going to be a
follows up.
trap. It'll be fine.
So Wilk
He
Wilk
follows
goes
up to like
after you.
an invisible edge that he just like stops at and he goes,
Part of the union.
He's on my turf now.
Oh, look, another one. Oh, that's adorable.
What's their hair color?
Black.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You're on my
Douglas,
turf
this one's
now,
like yours.
and I swear, if you don't answer my riddle, we're
Oh,
gonna
what's your riddle?
Wow, no one's ever actually asked me that before.
Oh,
Keep walking.
Did we win?
That's
No.
so. Yeah, tell us your riddle. We want to know.
What walks on 4 legs in the morning, 3 legs in the day, and 2 legs at night?
"What?
well, it's not a grabbit. I know that for sure.
Can you
What
say
if
the
it's-
thing again?"
How many
Is
legs
it a
was it?
rabbit that's being pursued and slowly eaten?
That's what I thought. Yeah.
What was the question? I
No,
wasn't
because the
paying
rabbit
attention.
doesn't have 4 legs. It's got 2 legs and 2 human hands. So it's not a rabbit.
Maybe it's some kind of an insect or a bird.
4 legs?
What was the question? I would like to try to help you, but I got all these noises in my ears, and it's hard sometimes to know if that's like a real thing or a different thing or what.
Did you say them again, please?
You know what? None of you got it. None of you got it, and I'm gonna give you a curse.
No. Oh no.
Curse.
Do we all get our own curses, or like, is it one for all of
No,
us?
there's one collective curse.
Oh God.
From the union. We can only do one at a time. It's the regulation. Something about membership dues.
I think Grebel's gonna go, oh no, sorry, and he's gonna run up to the troll and kick it.
What?
You could have put it in
Roll
the
would
box.
like to dodge.
Wow.
Oh my God, Grubble. Go ahead and roll strength to kick the troll.
That's harsh, man.
Yeah, you made it. The troll flies off.
And as the troll
Why?
flies,
It
you
was
just
gonna
hear.
curse us. I don't want to.
As the troll flies, you just hear. Your
It was like you're still cursed. You kind of cut out. Okay.
So yeah, it's gone. It's in the bushes, and then Wilk says, "Let's go!" Taps Marigold on the behind, and the wagon starts going again.
But she like reaches out and taps her.
Yeah.
I wonder what the curse is.
No, Wilk doesn't get to decide when the wagon is going and when it's not.
Well,
That's already.
I'm
She's
sorry,
stressed,
guys.
that's
I
what she does.
didn't want to get cursed.
Well, but
No, you're
she
absolutely
said we
right.
are
Curses are
cursed.
horrible
Oh,
to deal with.
That's fair. But what do you think the curse is? Because she still said we were cursed.
Oh, probably just fibbing.
Yeah, I think so. Probably so. I wouldn't worry about it. It won't come back to bite us.
The beans that were in Grebbel's bag, though, have like all gotten like infinitesimally smaller. That was the curse. That all of like the beans.
Which
like,
beans? My
Yes,
magic coffee beans or my
the
dried
beans
beans?
with meat. that
Why you got so many beans, man?
I got lots of beans. Okay, I'm gonna roll my beans. Oh, I ran out of beans.
That's it. They're gone.
So that was the curse.
That was the curse, I ran out of beans.
Your
The
beans.
beans are gone. All right. So
Sorry,
that's the curse, which Grebel will only discover later on tonight, to his dismay. You keep going. At some point, you can't keep going with the wagon and Marigold anymore. It's a jungle. The path ends, and you have to find a way to.
No, but we can't leave Marigold alone.
Who said
No,
anything
we
about
wouldn't.
leaving? I'll tell you what. Give me just a minute. Let me just have a little bit of a conversation with the jungle, okay?
Dad, can you carry Marigold?
No, but I think I might have a better solution.
All right.
And Triss is on top of Marigold's head, just stroking her, and all you hear is, "We won't leave you. I'm sorry, Marigold. We won't leave you."
So I want to try to use Manipulate Earth, my new spell, for the first time, to either convince through conversation, or physically create a path wide enough for us to get at least Marigold. I don't care about the cart.
Ooh.
I think that's too much.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. You can physically change the ground and move things aside to create a path. It's not Manipulate Earth is not something it doesn't create conversation. It doesn't help you talk. That's what your trait does. You can talk to the jungle anyway without magic.
Yeah, but like I was saying before, like I also want to be able to manipulate Earth, like
Does
You guys were cool.
it catch that meaning? I'm not sure. We'll have to let's talk about it after the
Time will
episode. You for sure can move physically. You can move the earth and make a path. But making a path. So let's make it an actual use of this spell. So write it down under Manipulate Earth. Creating a path, which creates a path which keeps going forward or in any direction you want. But it's going to be quite expensive and hard to cast. I think we're going to make it 8 hit points. Because it's something that keeps going. It keeps creating the path in front of you for, an entire day, really.
I'm calling it Pathify.
Pathify is awesome.
It's a
Pathify
new
the
app I'm
jungle.
working on.
Yeah. So, you can do that. Let's describe what happens when you use this spell, and tell me also which of your resources you use to power it up with hit points, if at all.
So I don't know, because I think this is part of the Earth Whisperer, rather than it being connected to Magmami, and it's also not part of Chaos. So I think it's a new part of the new trait, and I don't know if I have something else that I can use to.
Okay, so having this new spell, which is like from a new discipline, is definitely fine. It's something that you just discovered that you can do now. It's like a new thing. but you're gonna have to power it with. I think Magmami is the closest thing. Is the one thing that's
Can I
close
use
enough.
the Hollow Beetle Glowwood to power?
No, it's not a reagent, and you don't use reagents anymore, so it doesn't work that way. However, I actually think it's going to be very relevant for you to look for a way to power those spells with its own power source, because you don't have it yet. You don't have access to it right now. It's not something you just get when you level up. You need to find it in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So for now, let's use Magmami.
Okay. I will go into like a semi-trance state, like just like it's brief, like you'd have to be paying attention to try to find it, and then I'll open my mouth and create like kind of similar with Amonomany, like a deep grumble, like, and then I will roll to see if it works. What am I rolling?
Wisdom.
Yeah.
You made it. What does it describe the effects of the spell? How does it look when it succeeds?
So you see physicalized concentration, right? It's kind of like when you see gas fumes in the air in real life. That's what it kind of looks like, and the earth just sort of shifts and opens up and creates a path that is it looks like it's always been there. Nothing feels like it's been disturbed. Nothing feels like it's been upset, or it's just all of a sudden, like through years of walking or something, a path has been like laid out for us to continue on.
It looks natural, as if it's just naturally occurring.
And not necessarily natural, but it doesn't. What I'm saying is like it's not something that forces the earth. It's more just It's been willing to do it as part of the spell.
Nice. Amazing. You didn't pay hit points yet, so roll the Magmami Wraith die. If you want to use it and not power. Okay, so Magmami is down to D4.
Yeah.
Okay, and you pay 2 hit points from that and then 6 from your own hit points.
I could take it. Whoops. Wrong.
So, it takes its toll on you. It's a powerful spell with a high cost, so be wary of that. And to keep going with the wagon, you're going to have to cast the spell again every day. Every morning. Okay? Just so you know.
I think it might still be worth it, and thank you very much, Dirk, because otherwise I reckon those Tisisms will get there first.
No, it's okay. I'm happy to do it.
Will the path behind us go back to the way it was once we cross? Or will it stay? Like, will the path kind of be there? Like, are we helping the Tisisms by letting it?
Went from Tris to Jada in a mid-sentence.
Yeah, it's because it's more of a player question. Tris would.
I would probably have to remanipulate it again and spend another spell.
So is
Like-
it permanent? Is my question.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
It,
Because like for instance, if we were on the top of a cliff and I wanted to make the cliff fall into like an avalanche, it wouldn't go back.
Your decision. Is it permanent or not?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So it's gonna stay. Yeah. It makes sense because it doesn't look. It's not a. As Trent said, it doesn't look like somebody shoveled a lot of earth aside all of a sudden, like tore the plants off. It moves aside and looks as if it's been like that for years. So it can just stay like that. It's a new path through the jungle, and you keep walking.
This is amazing.
And we follow the questers as they walk and ride the wagon through the jungle, striving more and more forward, going along and just stopping for the night, watching around them as the sky turns blue and then purple, and then the flowers open up and bloom. The flowers that are all throughout this jungle. And light up the night in all kinds of colors. Instead of light from above and relative darkness with underneath the tangled treetops, the night is the opposite. The ground is lit up with yellows and reds and blues and greens of the flowers, and the sky above you is dark black patches where you can see a little bit of the sky between the branches. It makes you feel as if you're in a different kind of place. It's not like the forest, which was just ground and trees and bushes, which is things you've all seen and you've experienced before. This is an alien place, a new place that you're not sure exactly if you know how to get by in, even though you, Dirt, are already and still feeling this newfound connection with the natural world around you. And another day passes, and I would like to know how you navigate and how do you know which way to go inside the jungle, which is something that I don't think you've decided yet, how you actually are trying to find
We sure haven't.
your destination. Yeah.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
If we've slept, I regain hit points.
Yeah, you do regain hit points, and you need to cast the spell again in the morning. So
Right.
first of all, you regain 1 hit die, which is a d6 for you, I think.
How do you? This is a math question. How do you recharge your mag mummy?
It's
That's personal.
what happened?
Yeah. Okay. I don't need to know. I'll find out when it
No,
happens.
sorry, I heard a super weird noise.
It's the background music.
No, it was like a siren, a 6. Yeah.
So okay, you regain 6, which is all you had missing, I think. Yeah. So now you can.
I regained Magmami through like visiting her via meditation.
Yeah, so
But
it has to be an
happen at
in-play
certain
thing.
times.
Regaining the faith dice has to be an in-play thing. So you have 2 sources of faith, and maybe in the
Fake
future
dice.
you'll
That's
have
what you said.
more.
I thought he said fake dice.
No, it's
I heard
faith.
fate.
Faith. It's faith.
Uh,
It's supposed to be like this game's rendition of clerics, but it's not actually clerics. It's just something. Instead of Grebel, who powers his spells from magical items and materials like wizards do, Dirt powers it from outside sources.
and because I'm using Magmami and that's not the right way to power the spell, she's not very happy with me, which is why it cost me 2. It's why it cost me a 2 from her.
So exactly what I wanted to say is that actually once you, when you wake up in the morning, refreshed physically, you do find out that something has taken a toll, and the fact that you've been powering your spell throughout the past day with this power, and the fact that you've it also has to do, you know this, you just intuitively know this, it has to do with the fact that you've had this conversation about religion with Grubble, where you said that you have no faith, you don't believe in anything, in such a way that, as you phrased it, your Mag Mummy faith die actually goes down another step. And because it was a d4, it means that it's completely gone, down to 0. You can't use it anymore. It is now depleted, it's gone, and it's still, I mean, it's not completely gone. You can renew it like you can always do that, but it's gonna take some meditation, maybe some talking with Magmummy to realize what's been going on and how you can correct this. And now it's morning, and now there's no path to keep going unless you cast that spell again. But maybe before that, you'd like to talk amongst yourselves and figure out which way you're going and how you know that. How you navigate. Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, it's quite a big jungle, and I think just wandering around isn't going to get us anywhere. I mean, I was originally thinking we just go to the liveliest trees, but the thing is, it's so big, it's hard to tell whether it's just this particular tree is healthier or if it's the direction of more healthy trees, you know?
I think you're muted.
I'm muted. Sorry. There was traffic and a siren. I saw when I saw the tree in Skep's mind, I saw how big it was, that it was glowing. I think we might be able to see it if we were high. What do you think, Grubble? Could we use your boots to jump up and get into the trees?
Or just climb a tree.
I mean, there's lots of mushrooms here. Maybe that can do the job.
To climb a tree. Oh, no, to get high. I see what you're saying. Yeah, Tris, if you want to jump on my shoulder, and
Dirt starts eating mushrooms.
we can jump on up. If we can see sturdy enough tree branches, try and get to the top. See if we can see a giant tree.
Well, it'll be glowing.
Oh, it glows too. Even in daylight. Okay, and once Triss is on Grebble's shoulder, Grebble's gonna use his boots of jumping and jump up as high as he can and try and bounce from branch to branch and go higher and higher.
Okay, so you jump on the tree branches, up and up, until you get to the top of one of the trees.
That's right.
Okay. And then the same trick you've practiced before of jumping as high as you can and then letting Triss, like throwing Triss even further up.
And then Triss is gonna climb, basically, or try to get as high up the tree as they can.
You're already on the top of the tree when that happens,
Yeah,
I think.
if I'm at the top of the tree, I'm not going to jump anymore. I'm just going to throw Triss.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Then you.
Because otherwise, I might
throw
break branches at the
Triss
top.
is gonna.
Okay. I don't think a roll is necessary here. You can try to navigate doing this. It's however, I'm not sure exactly if you will see exactly your target. You do see a couple of interesting things. In one direction, there seems to be a big shadow that's taller than the trees. Something big, like it's kind of covered in shadow, so it's hard to see details, but it's maybe a bunch of taller trees or a hill where the ground gets even higher than the trees or something like that. It's big and dark, and that's in one direction. It's like to the southwest of where you are. And in another direction, deeper into the jungle to the southeast, the trees themselves get bigger and bigger. And at some point there, it seems like instead of just tops of trees and lots of a tangle of branches and leaves, you see the surface of the top of the trees becomes smooth somehow. It becomes smooth, and it's, again, the details of what exactly it is aren't clear from this distance, but it's something that's different from the rest of the jungle.
So there's sort of like the big trees over that way, and then there's like smoothness that way.
Yeah.
So
And we both come back down to talk.
Yeah, so when I sort of like float back, as I float back, all you can hear is like Triss is already talking. So over there, there's like big trees. But over there, there's like smoothness, and it's smoother. And I don't know what that means. Dirt, did the mushrooms tell you what that means?
Dirt is super high, but as he's high, he is able to delineate some of the communication that's happening around him and understanding some of the voices. And as he does this, he kind of taps into the sort of earth tones, if you will, and suddenly feels like he might have the strength to power up his spell that he was looking for.
Well, maybe it feels like that, but
I mean, he feels that way. That's enough.
that's going to be
Not
a roll
through-
on the chaometer.
Not through Magmami, but you said how does Dirt power the Earth Whisperer spells?
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's through some sort of communing with the nature first, whether that's through edibles or through like a pipe of some sort or something else. He has to be a little bit out of his normal sorts in order to be able to effectively communicate.
Oh,
Realizing that
I
may have
see.
negative implications for his other action.
I see. Okay, I see what you mean. That is a very interesting interpretation, and if you establish that now, that's going to stay true, and that means that's part of how the character works. So, let's have it happen. I still want to have a roll on the chaosometer because it's the first
Sure.
time you do that, and it's a chaotic act. So, let me open. If you want to cover your eyes, dear players, to not see the Chaos Surge table right now, look away. And
Wanna
it's
but I-
gone. It's not on screen anymore, so you can look back.
Oh, it's gone.
Yep.
I didn't want to peek.
So
excellent.
you can roll a d9.
Oh no.
You have to do it with the with the command in the command line, and see what happens.
Type it into Twitch, that won't help.
Cats are quite chaotic, I think. Cats versus dog is kind of like chaos versus order. Just like that with a / to begin
I
with.
did that, but it just didn't take. Nah. R1 D9. CX.
6 didn't happen yet, I think. So yeah, 6 is called splash damage. It means you succeed, but you affect more targets than you intended. So what that means is that you eat the mushrooms, but everyone is high.
What?
And that
What?
means that
Even
we will
Tris?
we will start. It's the magic. Dirt's chaotic nature creates this wave of psychedelic energy, which affects even Triss, yes, and even Marigold and Wilk, which means that when we begin the next episode next week, you are all going to
We'll
start
all be high.
high. And we'll see what that does and how that affects everyone. So have a week to think about it, dear players.
Do we need like a disclaimer about not condoning stuff?
Do we
Well,
not
we
condone?
don't
We don't condone illegal stuff, so don't do that. No, definitely not. Stuff
What?
that's
No, I meant
illegal.
immoral stuff.
Well,
Here's about legal.
well, whose morals are we talking here?
You mean copyright infringement?
Yes, exactly. That's what we're not for. So yeah, that's what it's gonna be next week. We'll have more of your travels through the jungle. I will. No, actually, you know what? You still haven't shared information about the things you've seen, Triss. So remember the 2 different directions you saw.
No, I
when
did.
you-
I did. As I was floating
It's
down, I
just
shared.
super vague information.
I
and
think
we'll-
we'll still have to have a conversation about where you need to go, and that's where we'll start. Malk Nuero. I thought I didn't recognize you, but apparently it's someone who was here early enough to actually see the first episode mishap of Dirt performing a TPK on your team with the lava vomit spell. So that's nice to see a regular.
Nice
It's
throwback.
called lava wave. Don't make it grosser than it is.
No,
So-
it was pretty vomiting.
The chaosometer goes up to 10. Okay,
Ah,
it's 10
geez.
out of 13, so it's pretty chaotic around you
That
already.
can't be good.
We'll need to think about ways to bring that down. I don't know how easy it'll be when you're high, but maybe you'll be able to do it. And we'll keep going next week. Before we go, a couple reminders. Tomorrow is going to be the last episode of Adequate Company. I really want to be there and watch. I hope I get to catch as much of the episode as I can. Everyone, please be there. See the thrilling end to the adventure with an adorable cast of characters with very creative powers and an awesome GM right here, Matt.
Woohoo!
That's going to be the last episode. Saturday night, as usual, I'm streaming. I'm going to do the second and probably last part of the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. I play a choose your own adventure
Left Man.
game. I play a choose your own adventure game. You make the choices, people in chat who are in the audience, and what seems to be happening is that the game kind of gets more and more distant from the book, and more of our own suggestions get thrown in there, which I love. And we're already in the middle of the adventure, so there's going to be lots of exciting stuff coming up, probably the end of the thrilling adventure. And next week, all at the same time, 7:30 CET, all of these shows, 8:30 Israel and Finland, 6:30 GMT. Next Monday is going to be the next episode of Questers of Yalpelor. Until then, good night, have fun, play hard, and stay safe.